One of the highest number of hits on the internet is said to be of people surfing for health cures. While we want to enjoy life, we are worried and scared of sickness and death, of threatening diseases. We look for instant cures. Even people of deep faith wonder, why does God not hear our prayer? God is a God of life who wants us to live life to the full. Sometimes we mess up our lives by the way we live. But God can and does bring life even through sickness and death. God is a God of healing. God is a God of life. God is a God of love. A poor potter, a pot maker, worked very hard in a distant village to make both ends meet and to feed his family. Out of the blue one day, he received an order with an advance for 1,000 pots from a movie director. The potter was thrilled that he got an opportunity to earn a lot of money. With great excitement, he began to mix the clay for the first batches of pots. It was then that someone told him that the pots were required for a riot and protest scene in the movie. All the pots were to be destroyed in this particular scene. The pot maker cancels the order, returns the advance, and refuses to make the pots. My pots are precious. Each one of them is special. They are to be used, not to be destroyed. God is the potter, and we are the clay being molded into pots. God cares for each one of us. Each one of us is special, and each one of us is precious in the eyes of God. God has created human beings in His own image. Human life is not perishable, as marble and granite are perishable. Wisdom 2:23 says, God formed human beings to be imperishable, and God will see to it that no one loses it on their journey. Where life is bustling, God will be there to protect it. Where it is withering, God will be there to revive it. And where it is failing sideways, God will be there to straighten it. The gospel has two different stories of healing and of life. Jairus, the leader of the synagogue, came to Jesus helpless and begging for a cure for his daughter, who was on the point of death. He came in humility, and Jesus heeded to his request and set out for his house. On the way, Jesus meets and brings healing to a woman who suffered for 12 long years, who believed that she would be healed if she touched the hem of his garment. Instead of waiting for Jesus to come to her, she goes to Jesus. In her heart, she believes that she does not need even to touch him. If she can touch the hem of his garment, she will be healed. She touches his cloak and is healed instantly. No one knows but Jesus, who asks her, "Who touched me?" He does this not to embarrass her, but to confirm her faith and healing. Jesus did not want it to be a quick fix magical affair. He seeks her from the crowd and points to her faith. Your faith has healed you. God can come into our life even through what we consider insignificant and lowly, the hem of a garment. The gospel describes the healing power of Jesus as he reveals God's power at work, restoring life and health through his healing touch. The faith of the woman suffering for 12 long years and the faith of Jairus, who was about to lose his daughter, have much to teach us about our own faith and thus helping us to go beyond. Faith is not magic. You touch something, you do something, and you are healed. Faith is a personal encounter between my God and me. My daughter, your faith has restored you to health. Go in peace and be free from your disease. Our God is a God of life, always. Two patients are in a hospital. One is near the window where he can see all the beauty outside. The other is near the wall on the other side of the room from where he has no view of the outside. The patient near the window describes the beautiful scene outside. A green park, happy children playing, chirping birds, colorful flowers. The second patient is jealous. Suddenly one night the patient near the window turns seriously ill. He cries out for help, but the patient near the wall does not come to rescue this patient near the window, who struggles and sadly dies. The patient near the wall is shifted to the vacant bed near the window. He is happy that now he can get to enjoy the beautiful scenery outside. To his great shock, he finds only a whitewashed wall outside the hospital window. No green park, no happy children playing, no birds, no colorful flowers. He now regrets and feels sorry for the patient who died and to whose rescue he did not go. He realized that the first patient had tried to bring life and joy into his life in spite of the hopeless situation in which he found himself. The more we strive to bring life and happiness into the lives of others, the more joy and happiness we will experience in our own lives. Joy is not without suffering and pain. We have all to go through suffering and pain. The cross is in God's plan of salvation for each one of us. He showed and proved this in the example of His own Son, Jesus. Compassion is not learnt without suffering. A painful experience causes us to reflect on our lives and teaches us to be compassionate towards others who suffer. May we, like our God, nurture and protect life in us and around us always. Amen.